Have you ever stopped to think that there are organisms living inside of us? Most of us go throughout our day not even giving a second thought to all of the bacteria and different organisms that are living inside of our stomachs and our intestines to help us digest our various nutrients and to perform basic bodily functions. There are, however, is a completely different world of harmful organisms called parasites, which are potentially fatal microorganisms that are looking for a viable host to call home. I became fascinated with parasites ever since I took a biology class at the University of Toledo, and my professor did research on parasitology. I learned all about the different types of parasites there are and just how much damage that they can do to a human body. Most of us think that the human body is a very strong and very formidable structure. However, it's crazy how one single-celled organism sometimes can be fatal. So today I'm going to be talking to you about a few of the most dangerous parasites. These include Cryptosporidium, visceral leishmaniasis, and Naegleria fowleri, which is commonly known as the brain-eating amoeba. So the first parasite I'm going to be talking to you about today is called Cryptosporidium. This parasite is able to infect humans and animals alike, and a specific thing about this parasite is that it is completely enclosed by a protective membrane, allowing it to live and sustain itself in a number of different environments that it can encounter. The Center for Disease Control states that this parasite is commonly found in water parks. It can be found in people's backyard pools or hot tubs if they are inadequately chlorinated. And surprisingly enough, they're actually found in daycare centers where children are exceptionally prone to it transmitting to receiving this illness if their toys and play equipment are not properly sanitized. Many outbreaks in the United States tend to be in the southern regions where this is kind of a common thing, where a lot of parasites thrive in warm, humid, and dry climates. Cryptosporidium is the leading cause of waterborne illness in the United States, and it's kind of interesting because you wouldn't think the United States to be so susceptible to waterborne illness. However, on the off chance that you do get a contaminated water source, most likely the parasite will be in there if it's not correctly cleaned. This parasite is also seen in very high poverty areas in the world, so Africa or places in the Middle East. So what does this do to the human host? First of all, once it gets inside the body, it goes into the body's intestines, where symptoms include stomach cramps, dehydration, nausea, vomiting, and fever, kind of the same symptoms that are associated with seasonal flu. The symptoms normally last 1 to 2 weeks. However, symptoms can come and go for up to a month. People who are at risk, especially for this parasite, are people with compromised immune systems. So that means that people with cancer or those with HIV or AIDS are exceptionally at risk for this parasite. Much like Cryptosporidium, visceral leishmaniasis is also seen in areas of widespread poverty, inadequate medical treatment, and also inadequate nutrition. Visceral leishmaniasis is actually spread by a sandfly. The sandfly bites a human or animal host, releasing the parasite into their bloodstream. The sandfly bites are normally very undetectable, and they don't cause any itching or any swelling, not even as minimal as a mosquito bite. Completely undetectable in most cases. According to the World Health Organization, leishmaniasis is often found in hot, arid, and humid climates. Right now in the world, this parasite is very big right now in East Africa, where there is a lot of poverty, inadequate medical treatment, and starvation happening with the people there. CNN recently reported that because of climate change, that a lot of these tropical parasites and illnesses that were once not in the United States are coming here. And due to the fact that human population is higher than it's ever been, and also human poverty is higher than it's ever been, it's giving kind of a perfect storm for these sorts of illnesses and diseases to really develop and mature into things that can be very, very harmful to the human body. So when the parasite comes into the body, and after it invades the bloodstream, you have similar symptoms to what you would get with Cryptosporidium, similar flu-like symptoms of fever, vomiting, diarrhea. However, with this particular parasite, it makes your organs swell. Without proper medical treatment, which is very rare, it's fatal every single time. The reason why medical treatment is rare is because it often takes months and up to years for the symptoms of this parasite to show, physically show, that is. So by the time they show, the parasite is completely infested the body, and it is too late for medical treatment to take care of it. In rare cases, it is possible, but like I said, in East Africa, where they lack the necessary medical treatment to eradicate this parasite, a majority of the time it does end in death. Fatalities are fairly common in the parasite world, and a parasite's job is to find a healthy host which it can live off of. And after that host can no longer provide the necessary functions for that parasite to live, the host normally dies and the parasite moves on to a different host. The brain-eating amoeba, or Naegleria fowleri, is one such parasite that will do just that. The brain-eating amoeba is a microscopic, one-celled organism. And to put that into perspective, the human body contains 200 different types of cells, totaling at about 37.2 trillion cells in total, making up the average human being. This parasite is often seen in warmer climates, such as Florida, especially humid climates and tropical climates. A lot of times this is also seen in standing water. It can also be seen in mud and soil, drinking water in rare cases. So whenever you're outside gardening or things like that, you're definitely potentially exposed to this parasite. And it's a lot more common than people think. Normally when this amoeba is taken into the body, it's normally ingested orally. So when that happens, it's taken into the stomach and then digested with your stomach acid, making it not a threat to human health. However, when this parasite goes into your nasal cavity, that's where it becomes very, very dangerous. The amoeba attaches to the back of your nasal cavity and then starts digesting tissue until it reaches your brain. There, it will keep digesting your brain tissue because it is rich in fat and very rich in nutrients essential for the amoeba's life. It will always result in death. Now, the amoeba does not target humans. It is kind of a wrong place at the wrong time scenario. It will go in any sort of organism that can host it, pets, various animals, and obviously other human beings. CBS News stated that only 35 cases of this disease has happened in the United States between 2005 and 2015. And a lot of this is attributed to pharmaceutical technologies that are able to early detect this and to better treat it. That being said, a lot of times this illness in parasite is misdiagnosed as bacterial meningitis, which is an inflammation of your brain and spinal cord. So when that happens and you are misdiagnosed and not properly treated, fatalities are 100% with this. Parasites have the potential to be extremely dangerous, and there are thousands of different kinds that are living in nature today. Today I have told you about 3 of the most dangerous and the ones that we come into contact the most, but our body is the best at fighting off them. It's just a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I've told you about what they are, where they're found, and what they can do to the human body. And to close, David Arthur Suarez said, "Why haven't parasites taken over the world?" And this is because they have. It's just that we have not noticed. Successful parasites don't kill us. They become part of us.